What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today is July the 22nd. I want to give you a quick pre-market update over some of the hot movers and what big money is doing today on this fun Monday morning. So I'm going to go over all that, but first make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So starting off, no data points today, no Fed speaker, so it is going to be relatively quiet. So I think it's just more of a so far value day today. So linked to technicals, you see the futures are very green right now. So NASDAQ is up 1.1. S&P up 0.72, so there's a lot of optimism. Plus, keep in mind, Thursday and Friday last week, there was quite the pullback. So I think in reality, this is somewhat of a recovery. Inconsistent data though, but you do have the fear and greed index at 50, so under the neutral category. So people's appetite for risk isn't necessarily there all that much. So it'll be interesting to see once the market does open, whether or not it's institutions really causing the abnormal amount of volume, or if it's algorithmic trading, because as I've stated in the past, algorithmic trading is rather hollow. So we'll just have to wait and see. Starting off with good old Sofi, it is up 1.14%. Nice recovery from, I guess, the manipulation that did happen with Sofi, just to push it tentatively below that 750 mark last Friday. So yeah, we'll just wait and see. There is roughly around about 4 million shares that does need to be purchased by market makers, whether it be pre-market or during the trading date. So far today, that's 4 options, so in the money options. So I think Sofi should have a good day. Shorts no doubtably are going to be pretty timid for the first part of the week. The second part, so Thursday, Friday, they will be somewhat active, but 17.3% of the free floats being shorted works out to be 179.61 million shares. So I think that this week as well, you're going to have some level of FOMO also kicking in for their earnings, which is coming out next week. So we'll just have to wait and see. But like I've said time and time again, just watch for 650 or 750. 750 is going to be a very strong pivot for Sofi, so that's the next strong support. Flip side at 797, so very wide gaps regardless right here, so just anticipate a hell of a lot of volatility. Moving on, so SERV Robotics, it is up through 33.38%. No actual news, no SDC filings from the company itself. This is a very interesting chart, I mind you. But the reason why it did go up is because of Nvidia. So I feel like Nvidia, whatever they touch, just generally goes up. So I think we saw that recently with, I think it was SoundHound also got a kind of injection of capital from Nvidia, no different than ticker SERV, which this is what they do on a side note, so you can always pause it and read through it. Based or founded in 67 employees. It does show restaurants right there, but there was this right here, a 13G, which did indicate that Nvidia bought some shares, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. And this company is somewhat heavily shorted, despite just starting to be traded and whatever else. But 15.32% of the free floats being shorted works out to be 2.32 million shares. Because of, I guess, that news that did come out, it caused it to go up 187% on Friday. So today, it's more so just a rollover from that. So kind of just take that into consideration. And right now, with it at $9.80, it is kind of just in no man's land. So it's no fib level will really even be relevant for that. So take that with a grain of salt. It's kind of going in somewhat just unknown territory, very overbought. So just kind of keep that into consideration. And like I already mentioned, just injection of capital causes a stock to go up. So anything that Nvidia touches, it just is crazy. So it is up 2.26%. No actual news from the company itself. So this has been one of the strongest companies out in the market. And for the most part, it could be argued that it's saved the market. So I believe after Q1, when there was a lot of fear in the market starting to be had, Nvidia came out and they kicked ass. And so I think in reality, Nvidia is kind of one of the strong pillars of the economy right now, because they're fueling absolutely everything. And so right now it is up 2.27% with it at 120 and change. It is trading between this S1 and the pivot. So 125 is going to be the next strong resistance / target. 114 will be the strong support. Like I said, with the other companies, very wide gaps. A lot of stocks have ran up pretty significantly. So yeah, just anticipate a lot of volatility in foreseeable future. American Airlines, this one is a interesting one. So it did go down on Friday because of the whole outage, and so it was really affected by that. Today it seems to be going down 1.42% based off of this. So it's nothing really crazy. It just says that it had full operations recovered as of right now. Nothing like it's like it canceled a lot of flights. So of course, as a byproduct, that's going to be missed revenue. And I don't know if they can actually go after a CrowdStrike for that or not. But still, needless to say, like, I don't think this downtrend so far this morning is somewhat justified. So take that into consideration. There was a pretty big article as well that came out recently saying that flight travel is like at all-time highs. So I don't know, very interesting stock. I think when it comes down to American, a lot of people just see it as really, really broken. And if you kind of look back historically, there's not really much growth. So it is down 68.02% over the last 5 years. So not necessarily the best, but it's also heavily shorted. So 16.06% of the free float's being shorted. That works out to be 103.94 million shares overall are being shorted. You have seen a very big increase in shorts. So roughly in May, it was at 6.79, and then now it is at that 1606. So I don't know, if you have a long-term time horizon and you don't mind a lot of volatility, then yeah, take advantage of American Airlines. Right now with it at 1043 though, it is exactly on this S3. So it's kind of staring off of a virtual cliff. So yeah, if it does break below that, then anticipate just the whole numbers to be the next strong supports for that. On the flip side, $10.80 is going to be the next strong resistance / target. I don't really anticipate that to be touched today, just given clearly the negative momentum with American Airlines. So let me know your thoughts on that. And finally, NIO is up 3.14%. So I do see a lot of Chinese stocks going up today. So I don't know if that's just because of what was announced, I think it was last night, about Biden. So Biden did take a step back, and I think right now Harris seems to be the front runner or whatever that's called. So I think in reality, Chinese stocks are rallying based off of that. There's absolutely no news to really justify kind of that increase. So yeah, I think it's just more optimism because Trump is seen as very bad and fearful for Chinese stocks. So I think in reality, people are just now hopeful that maybe Biden stepping down was overall very good to have someone, not to criticize Biden or anything, but someone, I guess, logical, again, based on articles and stuff like that. I was trying to stay off politics as much as I can on this channel or just in general, but that's clearly what is really driving NIO higher. So all in all though, with it at $4.60, it is trading between this S1 and the pivot. So pivot is going to be $4.64. So just watch for it to continue to get above that. And then 407 is going to be the strong support. So kind of just watch for both. Like I said already, with a lot of stocks, it is going to be a very volatile day and several, or for the next week as well. And it'll be very interesting to see once the market does open to see whether it's institutions that's driving this higher or if it's just algorithmic trading. But let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And with all that, appreciate all of you watching.